And we are live on another Friday night, a little late tonight. All in on high school sports. Jennifer Valenti, Kurt Valenti.
Good evening.
And we have a little Friday night. I'm going to say this, upset Friday night. Because there's a lot of upsets, a lot of ridiculously close games, and what a Friday night. Let's get right to it.
We had 3 teams on our Friday night slate that entered the evening undefeated, and 2 remain. So let's get right to the scores here. We had Ridgefield Park beating Lakeland by a score of 31-14. One of our upsets is Ramapo Falls to Ridgewood.
Yeah, let's talk about that because unbelievable game. We watched that game. I got to say, listen, we all know Ramapo has one of, or if not one of the best offenses in the state of New Jersey. And we just said, we had concerns, could Ridgewood keep up? And I got to say this, tip your hat to them. Flea flickers, throwing the ball early on downs. Their running game was phenomenal. Coach Johnson, Coach Gibbs, 2 of the best around. But what a game. Hats off to Ridgewood.
Well, let's give the score, right?
Yep,
You're going to give
ahead,
the score.
go ahead.
So Ridgewood, after getting shut out last week, was that last week?
I believe Irvington shut them out last week.
Puts up 47, beats Ramapo by a score of 47-42.
And what a game.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable game. Again, both teams, again, will be feared come playoff time. But, again, congratulations to Ridgewood in a big, big upset.
Battle of the Waynes. Wayne Valley comes out victorious 28-27 over Wayne Hills.
And I got to say, we, our friend Mike Lamberti, who's been on with us, and I know he tweeted by saying it's just, he's never seen anything like this. Where now
season,
this is the 6th loss of where, again, so now it's what? 6 losses, but less than 30 points.
But also, and how many overtime games?
Right.
Was that a double overtime?
I want to say it was a double overtime. But again, tough. Hey, and I will say this though, they had some people were tweeting out like videos, the atmosphere there for 2 and 5 teams.
Yeah.
Don't say that game didn't matter tonight.
Well, that's a big rivalry as well.
Huge rivalry. Everyone in Wayne was
yeah.
there. So congrats to Wayne Valley.
Mountain Lakes defeats Mars Catholic by a score of 42-28. Ramsey remains undefeated.
Coach Bear
defeating Mahwah by a score of 41-7.
Congrats, Coach Bear and the Rams.
One of the one that was split on our panel this week. This pick going back and forth. Del Barton and Clifton, and Del Barton evens out their record at 4-4 with a 34-27 victory over Clifton.
And I will say this on our show because I know I said it, and I am not sure if you commented or Kenny, somebody else commented by saying, hey, they don't beat the big boys, but you know what? They got one of the big boys tonight. So
right.
Nice win for Del Barton and Clifton again. Still in nice position for the playoffs.
I picked Del Barton, so it wasn't
you
me
did.
who said it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I give you credit on that.
Hudson Catholic, 27-6 over Union City. Beckton.
And again, Hudson Catholic, a sneaky, very sneaky one-loss team. Because remember, their loss was that only the overtime loss to Irvington where they, I don't want to say they had the game won, but they were in a nice position to win that game. So they're this close to being undefeated.
Yeah, true. And, I say it every week. I feel like Irvington's always coming up in these conversations just with that schedule that they choose to play, which, always give them credit for that. Beckton falls to Wallington by a score of 32. Wallington on top 32-20. I'm going to say this one's maybe a little surprising, the lopsidedness of this one. We had 5-1 Hawthorne beating 5-1 Lyndhurst, shutting them out 41-0.
I got to say, Hawthorne, another team that I want to say they lost an overtime game to Rutherford, maybe second game of the year, but they're a possession or 2 away from being undefeated and playing in the NJIC playoffs. So Hawthorne is a very good team. Come playoff time, there's not a lot of teams that are going to want to play them. So definitely a team to watch out for.
Another shutout on the board tonight is Woodridge. Also evens out their record at 4-4 with a 20-0 win over Cresskill. And I believe,
because I know Coach Catrona was tweeting it early in the week. That if they won, they got in. So if that's the case, we're ecstatic for Woodridge, ecstatic for Coach Catrona. I know it was nothing halftime.
Yeah.
So it was a great game. Vincent Nardo saying hi all, great show. Pompton Lakes Field Hockey, what a story again. Just saying.
Thank you for commenting on that. I was supposed to go to that game. I unfortunately was not able to make it after all. I had wanted to go very badly. But congratulations to Pompton Lakes. We had, Coach and a few of our players on. Knew the counties was one of their goals. So happy for them. And excited to see what they do now come state tournament
And their
time.
record is currently,
I believe it's 16-1, I want to say. Yep. With their one loss to a very talented Northern Highlands team, if I'm not mistaken, a 1-0 loss in a well-battled game. So much luck to them. We'll be watching
and there's
them.
Dr. John Taylor. Don't count Union City out. No shame in losing to Hudson Catholic. They won't be an easy out in Group 5.
Nice,
By the way,
nice,
Irvington
yeah.
with a big win tonight. Also, I believe they beat Bayonne. What was the final on that? I know I had that. Just give me a second.
While you're looking that up, our two remaining games that we had on our slate were the NJIC semifinal games. So while you're getting that score,
53-27 over Bayonne.
Oh, nice, putting up a lot of points.
Putting up a lot of points.
Rutherford, again, battle of two 5-1 teams. We had Rutherford 20 over Waldwick 8, 22-8. I didn't want to say 28 because it was going to sound like 28.
And again, real quick for a second, I know like you're saying the NJIC semifinals, and we know we've talked about this hundreds of times, but how they do this is just unbelievable because now you got two rematches. Now you're going to get a championship game that hasn't. I'm not sure if this game has been played yet, but. You're really going to get a true taste of who's the best in this league.
Right,
so
right. Like how
Rutherford,
they do it for sure.
Again, now second time this year, defeats Waldwick. Waldwick was up 8-7, I believe, at the half in this game. So Waldwick, second half adjustments, comes back. And Waldwick for the second time. I'm sorry, Rutherford for the second time now beats Waldwick. And Rutherford gets back to the championship game.
Similar to the Park Ridge Hasbrook Heights story, right? Hasbrook's Height, one loss is to Park Ridge. Tonight, Park Ridge in a close one.
Right.
Comes out victorious 22-21. You want to tell us how that one ended?
Park Ridge was up on them. Heights tied it up. It was always like a one-score game. So 7-0, 7-7, 14-7, 14-14 goes into overtime. Heights comes back to ties it to go to overtime. Heights scores first, 21-14. Park Ridge gets the ball. They score. They go for two. Roll out, little pass to the right. Quarterback makes an unbelievable throw. Right, corner of the right end zone. Bang, I believe it was the back. 22-21. Gutsy call. Everything's on the line right there.
Yeah.
But hey, Park Ridge stays undefeated.
Yep.
And Park Ridge next week gets Rutherford for the NJIC championship. And I just think it's awesome. It could be something, I'm not sure who we spoke to one of the coaches that were saying, remember, weren't we talking to somebody saying that, there's a possibility other leagues are going to start doing this? And I could have sworn, maybe we were talking to somebody off the air.
I'm not sure.
But we were saying, I just think that would be fun.
Yeah.
It just makes the games, so much more
some
meaningful.
Yeah, yep. Just two more games that weren't on our slate that we kind of wanted to mention tonight. New Milford notches their first victory of the season with the 41-34 victory over Lodi, and two more teams that we've covered in our picks but weren't officially on our board tonight. Butler 31, North Arlington 20, and that rounds out our Friday night action.
Real quick, tomorrow. Give me one game that you're really looking forward to.
Well, I'm going to give you two because I'm really interested in the West Essex Northern Highland games, being a West Essex graduate, of course, but I think that's a great test for them, really good competition. And then I'm going to go with the Bergen Catholic Seton Hall prep game.
Winner, that's number one in the state, would you say?
Yeah.
No matter what, that's the way it is.
That's what's on the line right there.
I think so too. I agree with you. I'm looking forward to that. And, little sentimental thing. I want to see Coach Johnson and the Gales get their first win tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So we'll check in tomorrow. We'll be tweeting all day at it. And we'll see everybody on Tuesday night.
Thank you for watching.